able to tackle some of the biggest challenges the world faces. Climate is a perfect example. How else are we going to be able to do it? We can't continue to hope that one country does what right because it's right. We can't continue to hope that suddenly all of gas companies are going to get, being driven on by conflicts on their saying, and are going to become environmentalists. That's not going to happen. We need a global forum to be able to together collaborate and move forward. Thing is, this global forum kind of sucks right now. It's very messed up. So we need a United Nations that actually functions, that actually represents us, that has our trust. The trust in the UN is declining every single year. That has the legitimacy to act, that has the competencies, that has the money to be able to implement all of this. And so this is when UN reform comes in. And this is when, although it sounds very unsexy, it's actually fundamentally needed. We need, number one, to give it the trust. The UN needs our trust. How do you give it trust? You give your government trust by voting for it, by being able to run for office, by being able to do all of this, right? That's how a part of it is giving it trust. So you need to reform the United Nations in order, for example, to be able to run for Secretary General, which is what I'm doing, to vote for them. You could have a parliamentary assembly that acts as, going back to the US metaphor, the Congress, the counterpart to the Senate, right? To the General Assembly. A parliamentary one where we elect our representatives that are able to make decisions to represent us, the people. You give it back its trust. Second, you need to give the United Nations money. Again, the UN is funded less than the city of New York. How are you supposed to stop wars, climate, pandemics, distribute food, help refugees, etc., with that little money? That means specific operations. Okay. And the last thing I want to mention is you want to give it power. And that is often scary and sounds like the type of Star Wars dystopian world type of thing. Every time I say like the UN should have more power, people go like, no, please, it's going to be terrible, this is really going to go wrong. And I get the fear. But you give a certain type of competencies to your states, right? You agree that certain issues are federal, and other state issues that your federal government should be able to do it. I'm French, we do the same in the European Union. We accept that the European Union should deal with regional topics, that there are some that should be at a greater level than the states, because it concerns us all. Climate is a global issue. We should work on it together. I'm impacted by your country's decisions. You are impacted by mine. How do you not have a say in this? So it needs to have the competencies to be able to implement decisions. Binding powers. It absolutely needs